So you mentioned the maintenance grant. The proposed maintenance grant will only be £1,000 a year, restricted to certain subjects, and be introduced in nearly 3 years' time, compared with what used to be £3,000 for all subjects when they were abolished. And the maximum will only be £750 in the third year, when students are likely to be living out possibly in private rented accommodation. It might not even cover a month's rent. Is it really going to shift the dial on widening participation for disadvantaged students? I totally accept that it's better than nothing, and I'm pleased to see maintenance grants back on the table. Yeah. But is the figure we're talking about going to shift the dial?
It's an important step forward, and it reintroduces the principle of maintenance grant support for the first time in many, many years. It, of course, aligns with the introduction of the International Students Levy, so the money raised through the levy will be reinvested into support for domestic students. But of course, it's not the only way that we can continue to widen participation and access across higher education. Institutions themselves have a role to play in this. We're working with them through the regulator, the Office for Students, around how we do this. But I do believe it is an important step forward and reintroduces the principle of maintenance support through a grant basis for the first time.
It's a start, and it's going to keep getting better.
Well, let's see. But it's an important shift and an important step forward. But is only clearly one part of a wider approach that's needed around access and participation. And there is also more that we will want to see from providers in working together to collaborate to ensure that young people are aware of the benefits and opportunities that come of university education. Because whilst we have seen an increase in the number of young people going to university, that has not been felt universally, and that has not been both in terms of geography and background. So there are still wider challenges that, yes, are connected to the funding landscape, but I think go beyond the funding landscape. And there's a role for providers in working together, perhaps on a regional basis, around some of that.